Okay, I'm going to call the meeting to order. It is 4:31. And to do a roll call right now, I'm going to look at all the pictures if you don't mind. And we have Dale, Chris, Bryden, Thomas, Eve, Rhea, Councilwoman Susie Hidalgo Faring, and Sheila, our friend slash guest, and then the staff. So the first thing to do is to introduce Sheila Conroy. She is a member of the public who's joining us tonight. If you'd like to comment or make any introduction of yourself, Sheila, you can do so now if you'd like. Just need to unmute. Can you unmute?
You take your cursor and hover.
Yeah, I got it now. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm on the Senior Citizens Advisory Board, and I'm also slightly involved with Longmont Public Media. And when the Museum Board, the AIPP, and the Senior Citizens Board go back to in-person meetings, I will be not recording them, but what do we do? Broadcasting. I will be broadcasting those advisory board meetings. So I thought I was kindly invited here by Joanne just to see who everybody is, and looking forward to listening to your meeting, or truncated meeting, I think.
Great, thank you. Okay, first things first, let's look at the minutes from the May 19th, 2021 meeting. Does anyone have any corrections or additions to those? If not, is there a motion to approve those minutes?
I so move.
Thank you, Dale. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thanks, Rhea. All in favor of approving the minutes, please raise your hands. Look how good we're getting at this. Chris, are you in favor? And opposed?
I actually need to abstain because I wasn't there, so I can't.
Okay,
I can't
that's
vote
great.
yes or no.
Thank you. Sorry, forgot about that. All opposed? Okay, so the approval of the minutes is unanimous with one abstention by Chris. Moving on, Eric is going to tell us about the accessions that he has ready for June. I think. There he is. I lost you.
Okay, so the June accessions mostly relate to collecting for Longmont 150. But we do have one other donation of 2 postcards, one from the Longmont Call office, which was a precursor to the Times Call, and the other one of the Longmont Juvenile Band. The nice thing about these is they actually have messages on the back, so that helps to kind of place them in time and adds a little bit more context to them. All the rest of our donations relate to our project to collect glasses from every brewery, distillery, and cidery in Longmont. So we have Collision Brewing, Bootstrap Brewing, Oscar Blues, 300 Suns, Wibby, Copper Sky Distillery, and Left Hand Brewing. We have another 6 breweries, distilleries, and cideries still to go. So hopefully you'll see all those at next month's board meeting, and then see them all on exhibit at Longmont 150. Any questions on any of those donations?
Oh, pretty short list.
Yep, I move to accept the accessions.
Thank you, Chris. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thanks, Dale. All in favor of accepting these proposed accessions, please wave your hand. Very good. All opposed? So that's unanimous approval of the proposed accessions for June. All right, moving on. This may be the shortest meeting ever. So Kim is out today, so she is not going to be able to do the museum director's reports, but Eric has stepped in and will do that for us today.
So, and I will just hit a few highlights. Under administration, the master development plan is the big project right now. In fact, that's where Kim is. She is in a meeting about that. If you haven't had a chance to take a look at the plans through Engage Longmont, the deadline is June 18th, so coming right up. And I would encourage you to do that because they are exciting, what we're planning. In marketing, had a great review in the Denver Post by art critic Ray Rinaldi. Has led to a real jump in exhibition attendance for our Enduring Impressions exhibit. So that exhibit is on for just almost exactly one more month. And so if you haven't seen it, check it out. Membership and development, Megan, who you met last month, is deeply involved in getting the Tier 2 SCFD application out the door, the report. That is a huge project, tons and tons of information gathered for that, which then we use for the rest of the year. For education, it's been really neat the last couple weeks with summer camps in person at the museum. It just feels like the level of energy has gone up tremendously. All the kids coming in and they're excited to be back out and doing things. And I think the parents are excited to have the kids out of their hair for a while. And it's just been really fun to see summer camps going, and they are in person, real kids. So that is an exciting thing to have at the museum right now. And we were able to give all of our summer camp scholarships away, 74 scholarships. So that is really wonderful to be able to have so many people in camps that could not have afforded them otherwise.
Eric,
yeah.
can I interrupt you for just 1 second? That is a huge number of scholarships. I'm wondering, is there a grant that funds that, or how are you guys funding those scholarships?
Yes, we have a great partnership with the Dodge Family Foundation, and they fund scholarships for summer camps as well as a lot of our other education programs. So, and some of that may have carried over because last year they had given money for scholarships, and then we weren't able to have the level of camps we had hoped to. So some of that may have carried over because I think they said just roll it over into the following year. But the Dodge family has been tremendously generous in supporting our summer camps. So.
Great, thank you. I appreciate that.
In collections, we've been really focused on the Longmont 150 exhibit. Opening night of that exhibit is August 6th. So we've been continuing to collect things like the beer glasses, planning for moving, writing the labels, and working a lot with our exhibits folks. Also, not in the official report, but our registrar, Eileen, who often attends these meetings, had a baby about 2 weeks ago, so she is out on maternity leave for a while. Everyone is doing well. Our new baby's name is Maxwell, and so she'll be back in September. In exhibits, obviously also focusing very much on Longmont 150. They are also planning for the future. We've got 14 exhibitions that are attached to this report that we will be going out into the community, farmers markets, at the museum, summer concerts, and so forth, and doing some evaluation where we ask people, we'll have a stack of cards where people can sort in order of which one they think is the most likely that they would visit. So it's a way for us to get a sense from our community what exhibits they are most excited about, and then based on that, as well as our own judgment as to what makes sense, we'll be choosing exhibits for the future.
Will you also be gathering information on online platforms and places that you guys have gathered more of a virtual audience on those exhibits, or is it more of an in-person polling?
This one is more in person, just sort of the logistics of doing the card sorts lend themselves to a more in-person polling method. But
Okay.
we may do some of that in the future.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Under auditorium, really starting to see programs coming back to the museum, both rental events starting to happen, as well as our summer camps. Summer concerts. Summer concerts will start tomorrow night. That concert actually has sold out. It is a free concert, but we did ask people to RSVP. We had a cap of 350. We have met that cap. Now, if you didn't RSVP and you really want to come, our guess is that not everyone will come because it is a free concert. So certainly come in. We will hold folks back until the reservation period is passed, I believe at 6:30, and then let in additional folks. So, but shows there's a lot of interest in summer concerts out there. And that's very exciting. I don't think we've ever had that much interest in advance for our summer concerts. We have 7 concerts, so it'll be great to see people coming in throughout the summer.
I have a quick question, Eric. So, and I think maybe this has been discussed before, but Thursday nights is the Rock and Rails in Niwot. So we're in direct competition with them. But I know Thursday is our night for, different kinds of stuff. Has that been an issue in the past?
It hasn't been really. Our Thursday night is kind of what we've settled on as the museum's programming night, and so at times we're going to compete with other events, but at least so far it has not hurt us, and it looks like this year we'll continue to see good attendance at our summer concerts. Then visitor services, we resume normal business hours June 1st. So we're back to our Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. We're open until 9 on Thursday nights, and then Sundays 1 to 5 p.m. So that is also really nice to feel like we're back in our normal practice, and that's been great. We've been able to increase our attendance because we're still doing the time ticketing, but with longer hours, we're able to have more folks coming to the museum. And then art and public places. On June 26th, there is an art and public places retreat as part of their new strategic planning process. That will happen in the morning, and Angela is going to have an invitation sent out to all of you if you're interested in participating in that retreat. It is open to the public and an opportunity to shape the future direction of art in public places, which, like so many other things, has been affected by the pandemic and how people engage with public art. So it's an opportunity to talk about that as they look ahead. That concludes the director's report, but if there are any questions about anything I didn't cover or anything that I mentioned, feel free to.
I just have a comment. If you didn't see the article in the Denver paper, be sure to click on the link that's in Kim's report, because it's a really amazing article. I don't know. I mean, at first I was a little miffed that kept referring to Longmont. I mean, it seemed that he was quite in awe of the fact that Longmont had some masterpieces here, but it was a really exciting article.
Yes, sometimes the Denver media has a hard time thinking of culture.
Well, they kept calling us the suburbs, The Longmont Museum brings rare works of masterpieces to the suburbs. Like, we wouldn't know who Pizarro or some of these people were.
Suburbs, that's fighting words.
Great, thanks, Dale.
Right, anybody else? Questions for Eric on that? Okay, thanks, Eric. Are you guys gonna walk in this heat?
We are, yes. We walked yesterday, and it was toasty, but everybody made it.
Yeah, well, it said 101 on the weather from the airport, the Longmont airport. So wear your
Yeah.
your pith helmet with the fan in it or something.
Yes, thank you.
All right, thanks very much.
Sure thing.
Okay, I do not have a report. I would just like to say this is my last meeting, so it's been a pleasure serving with all of you, and I'm sorry that this meeting isn't in person, but that being as it is, I'm gonna miss you. So anyway, that's it. I don't think we have any old business. Anybody have old business?
May I interject?
Sure.
I just wanted to thank our two board members that are going off the board. I want to thank Chris Bernard Carlson. You've been great. Thank you for all of your support. Chris has been great for her perspective from the education point of view. And Chris served for so many years on the Art and Public Places Commission. So I think that you just brought a lot of great background and conversation through that. So thank you very much, Chris. And then I also wanted to thank Eve, our chair. And Eve volunteers many areas in the museum. And Eve is the kind of Jill of all trades of a volunteer that you want to cross paths with. So Eve's been with the museum, for about 7 years. And she volunteers inventory artifact collection. She does exhibit installs and de-installs. And she's also is basically running our membership program. So when Eve will go off the board, but we're still going to see her volunteer all the time at the museum. She's going to continue to work with Eric in the artifact collections, documenting those. But I just kind of wanted to give Eve a lot of credit that if you have ever received a membership renewal form in the mail, and of course you renewed your membership, and then if you received your acknowledgement and thank you letter in your membership card, you have Eve to thank for that. So I just wanted to thank Eve a lot. We depend on her background as a business analyst. And I think that her expertise is going to come in handy too as we explore new databases for our artifact collection and our membership database. So just from the bottom of my heart, thank you, Eve. You have been fantastic. And I just also wanted to recognize Dale Bernard, whose term was also up and has reapplied. And we're delighted, Dale, that you are continuing. So thank you for that.
Well, I haven't been reappointed yet. So
I'm just guessing.
We had our interviews yesterday. So
Great. She's projecting out that of course you're going to be there. So I just want to say thank you as well. I wish we could have been in person. It's been, I've enjoyed being on the advisory board, but we were talking before the meeting, and I actually retired 2 years ago, and I still do consulting in higher education, but I've been traveling a lot more, even with the pandemic and planning lots more travel, and my ability to be able to participate in person as you move in person is going, well, it won't be there. So I didn't feel it was a good match for me to continue if I'm not able to fully participate. But I've really enjoyed being reconnected to the museum, and I will always stay involved in some way. So thanks.
Thank you all.
Susie's got her hand up there.
So, thank you. I just, so I had to confirm that I could say something. So we had 2 applicants, but I believe we had 3 openings? 4 openings. Okay. So, yes, Dale is returning. So
Oh, good.
and
Thank
I'm
you.
really, so thank you very much. I hated those 3 minutes because I feel like as far as I only had time to say the questions, and I didn't really, we wasn't really giving people the chance to really express who they are. But no, so I'm very happy and honored to say that Dale is coming back. And we also have another person who will be coming in, and she has experience. She works at the, I think she's the director over at the WOW. I know it's the WOW Museum, the Children's Museum. So she does come in with experience. So that too is very exciting. And I wanted to put in one other update that I did present, and the council approved to have the museum present on the land acknowledgement. And so, you know, what I would like to see, and this is something that I had pointed out at the meeting, was I would really like to see all departments in our institution create these, you know, to do the land acknowledgement. In addition to something really simple, and I've started to add it into my emails through school and through the city, is a little saying on the bottom of my email where my signature is, just a quick land acknowledgement of, you know, the tribes that had existed prior to our residency here. So that's another way that we can incorporate this into our daily lives. So thanks. That's all I have.
That's wonderful. Councilmember Hidalgo Faring, is there a date set for when the museum will present?
No, I'm going to ask Harold. We put it on a future agenda. So typically I don't see where it's coming in until it's in our packet. But I can definitely ask Harold ahead of time, or Sandy, to find out when we expect that.
Okay, I'm sure they'll give us.
Yeah, and
more.
they'll let Kim know, and you all know beforehand as well. So, and I apologize, I'm in the dark. I don't have AC in this house, so I had to find the coolest room in the house, so I wasn't sweating profusely. So I feel like a little mole in here. So sorry.
Thank you. I hope you can get cool later. You need a fan and a pan of water with the fan blown up.
Some ice too.
Yeah, that would be good. Okay, so if there isn't any other old business, it has been a pleasure. I've enjoyed being on this board very much, and meeting all of you. And like I said, it was too bad we couldn't be in person, but I know you will continue on, and I'll hear rumors of what's happened in the meeting when I come in to do memberships. So I don't know if there's any new business. Joanne, did you have anything else, or are you done?
I have nothing else.
Okay, anybody else have new business they'd like to bring up? Okay, any comments? Concerns? Any?
Just a big thank you from me to you, Eve, and to you, Chris, for being on the board, and Eve, for all of your leadership. You have been the chair since I came on the board, so it's going to be a different look next month. So
Yeah.
we'll miss you, and thank you.
Good. Well, you know, change is always good. So, but thank you very much for your kind words. Appreciate
Well,
it.
you can always come back as part of the public.
That's
and
true. I
visit
can come
us.
and bother you. or just come to visit. So if there isn't anything else anybody wants to bring up, is there a motion to adjourn?
I will motion to adjourn.
Great, thanks, Bryden. Second,
I'll second.
thanks, I'll take Tom. All in favor of adjourning, please raise your hand. Opposed? No. So there is a unanimous vote to adjourn the meeting. So at 4:56, I think this is a record.
Wow, good job.
Now we can all try to get cooler.
That's right.
So
Thanks you all.
thank you
Take
all.
care.
Thanks again, Eve.
You bet.